So the only thing about the whole setup that you've created for us is that the stuffed animals might be a little too distracting.
Oh, no, but I don't want to. What if I just spread it around? Like you can hold the couple and I can hold the couple.
Yeah. Okay, we can do that.
Are we using this tiny mic?
Yeah, the tiny mic makes us feel special. Should we supposed to say hi?
Oh yeah.
I'm glad your instinct was to go soft with this because I did that and Emil and Cordy looked at me like they didn't expect it at all. I was all like, I just climbed this kind of vert, slabby, crimpy climb in Magic Wood, and Emil made an amazing video of me doing it. Beautiful. If you haven't seen that, check that out. But I realized that there was a lot of footage that I haven't really done anything with, just from the very first day on the project. So Ben from Hard is Easy came around with a camera and just took a bunch of footage, and I was like, what am I gonna do with all this footage? Like, it's just new, never before seen day one on the proj footage. So I thought it would be fun if we played it and Izzy and I react to it, and I kind of explain the first moves because you don't really get to see those in Emil's video, and we kind of just go through the mindset of undertaking a project with amazing commentary by Isabel.
Amazing commentary.
Are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do this. It doesn't look as hard, and it's not as hard as the crux, but it's still not easy, as you'll kind of see.
Toads. Look at your back.
Oh. Okay, you see that? Did you see how I grabbed it with my thumb first and then I curled over?
Yeah.
So that's the first hold that I hold on the sequence, and it's like this tiny thumb crystal
I can't even see where you're grabbing.
Yeah, and this hand out right, I ended up just not using that sequence because you'll see I come in really hard here.
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
like
you're like,
Yanya,
oh.
so, and then I fell. So obviously didn't work out.
That foot looks so bad.
It's like you have to use the higher foot because it's like a little less bad, but it's all
bad.
All kind of bad.
Emil, he's crying the wall. He's like, oh, what does this feel like?
Yeah, nice, come on.
Okay, so that was the next hard move from that little thumb kind of crimp that you have, and then you have another little tiny thing, and you literally have to just stand up really tall and grab this nothing hold, and you'll see it's not I match on it in the video, but
there's
it's not there. It's a one person hold. It's a one person hold. It's not meant for these two people. And you can see here I'm kind of feeling around the wall oh, please let there be something else.
You're is there anything else?
Yeah. And then this next move stumped me because it's also another really big move.
Yeah, come on.
Hear me go.
Yeah, you're like you're like a starfish. You're
I feel so lucky to have found a holdout left for my foot there to starfish me out.
Oh yeah.
Because there didn't have to be anything there.
Sure. It could just be How long did that take you to figure out that move?
It definitely took a few solid efforts and yells, and it didn't feel easy until the third or fourth session. Oof. And then here I'm finding the crux for the first time.
And you're like, what?
Is that the crux at that height?
Yeah, this is the crux.
Shit.
Because this is not it's not that good. And it looks like you have to dead point into a pocket.
I was right. I think that first day I knew I had to dead point into that pocket, but I didn't know how.
And you were like, how am I gonna do this? What am I gonna do? What?
And then I think what I do is I start fondling this nipple over here. There's this little thing right here. Do you see? It's I'm
I see it. It's that little.
And you're no. And so there is another hold technically on this space, and I'm not sure how the first ascensionist did it, but there's a little nipple, and I was like, how do you use this? It seemed unusable. Maybe an intermediate for a potential dino if you're a dino person. So
Oh, that's terrifying.
yeah, so that's like the one alternate beta I came up with that maybe would work, but I couldn't see it working. And I'm even doing like some thumb madness here.
The madness.
It's ridiculous. It was so fun though. It was like the coolest move.
That looks so fun. That looks so cool.
Yeah, it was really like look, my fingers are still healing from that pocket.
Oh my gosh.
It's been weeks.
Oh, your
It's
fingers
literally
are
been
like
weeks.
punctured.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's just that one move. There's definitely like the crux moves are at the top, which is like.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's really difficult and the crux is at the top. But I love just having a play on these things, even though they might be not something I put together.
But you did the crux move very fast.
No, I haven't done that move yet. I'm gonna
okay.
climb back up to it. There's like one move that I kind of skipped and I tried it after the crux and got there. So there's just one question mark crux move and it's right at the top. Well, like, you know, a few moves below the
Well, you said you don't have much fear of falling on bouldering.
Yeah, it'll be fine. No, I think what I'm gonna do is just like do it again and get to that point and then project that a little bit.
Nice.
See how much my finger skin can hold up.
Nice.
After the first few days on it even, I was ready to give up because I was like, well, if I can't make this move click, how am I going to get it to a place that's secure enough to even try it from the floor with pads?
Yeah.
So in my mind, I was like, well, if the move doesn't click, then it's not going to be scary because I'm not going to do it. Which just like adds to the crux being that much harder. I think that's really important when you're taking on a project to piecewise it.
Yeah.
When Tom and I were doing a 4-pitch, multi-pitch project, like I was finding it so overwhelming until I was like, oh, piecewise it.
Yeah.
You piecewise it into the pitches, and then you piecewise the pitches into the parts, and all of a sudden it's like a bunch of little parts.
Yeah, that would be like really overwhelming just to like look at the whole thing and be like, I have to do that. Like I have to go there
Yeah.
and do that.
So same thing for this, even though it's like a smaller scale, it's like you have the beginning part, and then you have
Right.
the crux, and then the ending. And you just like break it into pieces until it becomes something that you can actually understand and not like feel overwhelmed by.
Yeah, and then you put it all together.
Yeah, this is a beautiful shot actually of that hold. It's the hold I lunged to at the beginning that I have to lunge again off of. It's the one that I said wasn't enough for 2 people.
Yeah. What are you holding
So
on to?
it's one hold that I have to share between 2 hands. I had to grab it with a good hand, and then these 2 fingers just like comfortably, one I think overlapped on one finger, and the other one just comfortably like was next to the hold, enough to like give me enough reach to get that foot out, and then to go dynamically to the jug. So I think that's this.
Oh,
move.
that is. Look at the way your like fingers
know, they're
curling
like-
over it. It's like,
Are your fingers really flexible too?
yeah.
Forgot to put my foot up. I gotta get it here. So those moves already are feeling better. Like they're already like flowing more, feeling good. I just forgot to put my foot up. That's good.
I like your mindset.
That's
That
the move.
lunge. You're like,
I know. It's so cool too, because the more you do the climb, because I repeated that, I mean, I don't know, 20, 30 times, and by like the 30th time, that lunge, instead of like doing the yawn, like head flick back, to like,
You're like,
it was so
solid.
static and solid.
That's awesome.
So it's really cool that when you just keep doing things that are hard, they just get better. I think I'm hanging here kind of defeated, because
your shoulders are slumped.
just
Just like, oh.
the crux just like it disappeared with holds. It was weird because I couldn't even see a possibility, and it took many sessions to see a possibility. I was like, how are you supposed to do this other than an outrageous dino?
Yeah.
Like,
That's really
what else do
cool
you
that
do?
you like had that whole progression there where you like couldn't see anything, and then like at some point you're like, oh, you're like, yo.
you know what happened? My 2 roommates, Dagmar and Tony, they came by to watch me, and I remember I was talking to them about like the climbs they were doing, and they mentioned a heel hook somewhere, and I'm like, heel?
You're like, wait a
And I was like,
minute.
heel. And I think I started like yelling something incoherent. I'm like, okay, wait, I have to try something, and then we can keep talking about your climb. Like, wait, I have to try a heel. And I went, and it like didn't work at all that session, but it was closer, and it was closer to the point where I was like, this is worth another session.
Whoa,
Because even
yeah.
though I didn't even get to it, I was like, I'm starting to feel that something could happen.
Yeah.
So that was really cool.
That's really fun.
Just
Whoa.
dangling. 'Cause it's on the main path, right? So everyone saw
Yeah.
me dangling. Like, people knew I was trying this climb. They were like, saw you there dangling today. And I'm like, yep,
You're like, yeah,
dangling.
it's always dangling.
Just know me. Like the rope climber that came to Boulder and is now dangling on a rope every day.
1 hour later. How are you feeling?
Oh, that was great. That was good. Yeah. I got 2 of the crux with the power scream. Still got to figure out the crux really, but like it seems like each time it gets a little closer to like being able to just lunge into the pocket I'm supposed to lunge into.
So that version of me didn't
Oh,
know
no.
how bad that pocket was yet.
So this is you before
This is
trauma
me
on this
before
route.
trauma. I was all like, if I lunge into it, I'll be able to get to it. No.
No.
I came to be on a bouldering trip, but found myself dangling from a rope instead, and I'm really happy.
I feel thoroughly ashamed of her. It hurt my soul to hear her say that, but
Aww.
Still, he's like,
here I am, like perfectly satisfied, just fondling holds. Some people are just, they require so much.
That's the only thing you climbed today, no?
Yeah, like pulling on these holds from the ground, yeah. It's been a good time. I'm happy. Passat! Passat! Run, you fools!
I don't even know. What was that? What's happening?
he was just like, he was let go. It was so dramatic. He was like, I like how it's like intercut with you on the wall, so you're like fighting crux, and he's like,
That's like the physical embodiment of how I felt at that moment on
got
the
it.
crux.
I kind of want to do it again, but maybe I should save some skin.
I mean, you can pull out the rope tomorrow again.
Did you hear him suggest
You're like,
that? I was
excuse me?
Did you say tomorrow?
Your head turned around so fast.
No,
So they're like staging an intervention. They're like, oh no, we're worried about you.
Yeah, ready for this?
I'm ready.
Depends.
You have a rope.
You have a rope. But if you want to try it again, I'll try it again. But I'm worried about your energy, like how much you expend.
You're worried about her energy?
Like, yeah, she's been climbing like non-stop since you got here, basically. Which
Like
is good.
all day, every day.
Like all day, every day, which is good to a degree, but I'm also like, how does she not break? Too strong. Joints too strong.
Psych is too strong.
Legs too strong.
I think this was day 4. And what I had done was every morning when I woke up around like 8 or 9, I would go out climbing. And then I would meet Emil and Cordy at like 4 p.m. back at the place. And then I'd go out again until like 9 p.m. And this is like not a sustainable way to climb.
And they're just like, Anna?
They're like, were you out all morning again? I'm like, oh yeah. They're like, oh. They're like, what did you do? And I'm like, yeah. Just, classic.
Oh.
It's a good angle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just always ready with the camera. Is this good? Are we
Yeah,
happy
perfect.
now? Yeah. Are we happy now?
So intense.
You're climbing why?
Just to touch the rock. I don't really feel like I need to, or like, there wasn't any goal, and the reason I want to climb more is just to like climb more.
But that's very good goal,
It's an addiction.
But that's very good goal, no? That's like very enjoyable way to spend your life climbing.
Yeah.
How would she progress? It's all about progression. You're not climbing to have fun. You're doing
That's the right energy. That's the right energy.
No, it's all about the fun.
I know, because like the strategy would be don't climb one more, like you're like the angel on this side of my shoulder, like don't climb one more time because like my skin's gonna go through, I'm climbing tomorrow, I still haven't rested. But then like,
But then, what about
if
the
I
fun?
just want to have fun and just climb?
Imagine the fun you'll have when you send it.
But I still haven't even done like there's like you
know, I just want to climb more. The more I climb, the better.
So you're like 24/7.
Yeah, like constant climbing. Yeah, it became like a running joke within the whole hostel. Like everyone knew that I hadn't braked, and like it became like a casual joke, like, oh, you can arrest today, and I'm like, I don't even know you. Like, who are you? Oh my god, like this fell so fast.
The falls looked far from above, but yeah, I think I would be comfortable taking this fall just because I've taken.
Okay, you're too badass.
And that's where it ends. I thought that was actually a really funny
That
clip
is really
to
good.
put in because I'm literally talking about the fall, and I'm all like, you know, yeah.
You're like, fall from there, easy. Easy.
If anyone can see, it's been multiple weeks and I still have this bruise
It's
from
really
the fall.
bad.
Yeah, it bruised like my whole, like it was so much bigger than this, and it like hurt my whole bicep because on that first fall when I was all like, I'm perfectly fine, and then you'll see like my head like looking at my bicep to be like, am I? The bruise didn't show up until 3 days later. And it was like, it started going black and then just growing. And my bicep hurt so bad I couldn't do gym climbs, and it's still pretty tender.
It's like a little heart though.
Yeah, I know, it's so cute.
That's so fun. Oh, it looks like magical too.
You would actually really love this. What? Not this climb, but please. Thanks for doing a Reacts video with me.
Yeah, it was so fun.
That was good.
That was good.
I thought it was really beautiful footage, and I didn't want it to go to waste.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm really thirsty.
Oh my god.
We're doing an outro right now. Go ahead. I'll drink more after.
A huge thank you to Ben from Hard is Easy, who took all of that footage, and I didn't know what I was going to do with it, and I didn't want it to go to waste, so this was my best idea. I do have a Patreon, which is very helpful for me. Every month you contribute a little bit and you can get stickers. Like I have my Slab is Sexy stickers. I have exclusive content. I have early access to videos. And I basically keep everyone on my Patreon up to date with different news articles and things that happen in my climbing. So they're like the first people to know when I go to a new place to climb, what my projects are. Slab is Sexy stickers are also independently available on my Etsy. And I will be posting regularly on here, so be sure to subscribe, bell notification, like, comment, like. Bye, bye.
That was so good. That could be our second one, so we'll have like an album.
Yeah. Oh, so it starts
like
with sheesh
1 and 2.
and it ends with bye.
Those are the only 2 songs in the album. There's nothing else.
Whoa, I think we did this.
That was such a slay.
That was a long outro, but.
You're done. You're done. You're done.